And so I think, having that law foundation probably helps you make better decisions, I would assume. Is that true?
It helps me make better decisions, but it also helps me look at things from a very different perspective when I'm engaging with customers. I'm kind of walking that fine line about, okay, I really, this is some things we should think about. I think about risk differently than I did before.
Mhm,
That's probably the biggest thing is I really think about the risk of things or decisions that are made
mhm.
before and maybe as I consult with customers or we're talking about setting things up a certain way or doing things a certain way, I may ask more detailed questions to make sure they think about those type of things.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
can't legally advise them, but we can at least get them thinking about, hey, you might want to talk to your attorney about that. You might want to
Uh-huh.
think about, like, is that the right way you want to go down? Or how do you want to set that up? Does that make sense? Do you have any risk
Mhm.
there? So
Mhm.
that's something. And then I love reading the right new things that come out from, Congress or what's coming out and to read those and look at the comments and see like how is that going to affect us from a product development stage as well.
A couple of things came up for me while you were talking about that. And again, I sometimes wonder if maybe people see it this way or not, but what I just heard you say is how you add value to Athena Health is you've invested and educated yourself. That allows you to be both an internal and an external consultant, even though that's not your job. I really love that framing because you're adding value to the organization. What I heard you say is, thinking about new products or maybe how you approach customers, being able to give that same bit of, consultative advice to customers or clients, like, hey, you ought to think about this. What a brilliant gift.
Well, and it's also like when we talk about our larger type customers, we're a part of their strategic mission and vision, right? When they come to us and they want to know, like, how is Athena going to partner with us to make sure we hit our strategic goals and our outcomes that we're trying to achieve, and they expect us to show up and be there for them, right? So
Mhm.
you got to be able to think more about industry trends, all these things that are happening to be able to help advise them and give them at least information for them to mull over and think about as they are designing their strategic vision for their
Yeah.
company.